and welcome to Tayo Mini Reads, Reviews, Discusses, Monologues about everything and anything, and that's on period. Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. So, I I do watch a lot of Asian shows, C dramas and K dramas, and I have done a couple of videos on those dramas where I was recommending the shows that I would recommend you to watch, like really good shows. I enjoyed them and they were great. Now I wanted to do the flip and actually talk about a couple of shows that actually started and I was like, womp womp. Like they were not good at all. I think one of them I actually finished, but this was mostly because I guess I was like, okay, fine. I've made it this far. Let me just keep going. But it was not. I would not recommend those shows. I probably was in a drought. Like I didn't have anything to do, so maybe I just kind of watched it out of I don't know sheer curiosity. But what I will say is that the shows that I'm talking about were all released in 2025. They are on Netflix. And I do also have to say that the year 2025 for Korean dramas, K dramas, has just been abysmal. The only there's been a couple that I have watched this year that I really really loved, Love Scout being one of them, and Our Unwritten Soul being another one. I have videos on those shows on my channel, so you can go check those out. But I just feel like 2025 has not been the year of K dramas at all. Even C dramas to some extent have not really been a stellar year. We've just had some really average subpar shows, so it is what it is. But I will quickly get into the shows that I want to talk about today. There's just three of them that I feel like they were just so bad, and the first one will be Tastefully Yours. So this is a show about a CEO type of guy played by Kang Han-yeon, who he's a veteran actor. He's someone that has been in a lot of shows like When the Camellia Blossoms or Blooms or something like that. So we've seen him in, a lot of really other good shows. And so he is someone I would say has star power. Like his name would draw people to watch the show. The female character that is the person who plays the female character, I haven't seen her before. This is probably my first time. Or maybe I have, but she was not probably in the lead role. But I felt like she acted okay, but the script was just really bad from the start. And Gomi Singh, that's her name, was the female lead. So it's basically a Chibol guy. Kang Han-yeon is the Chibol, where he comes from a wealthy family, and it's like the same story of you lose your inheritance, you have to prove yourself, something like that. By means or by some kind of means, he stumbles upon Go Min Sin's really rundown restaurant, and they kind of strike a deal together. One thing I will say is that I don't think I really liked his character. His character, who is Han Byung-woo or Han Bong-woo, whatever, he was kind of dishonest because he really only wanted to become like partners with the girl because he wanted to steal her recipes. So I was like, you're questionable, sir. I don't like no. And the duo was just not given. I don't know. He was brash and braggy, and he literally behaved like a brat. And she, on the other hand, behaved like she was too cool for school. And she was like poor. Like, girl, you barely have patrons in your restaurant. Like, why are you hoity-toity? So I think I only got to maybe episode 3 or episode 4, and I was like, this is a train wreck. I can't do it. And I just dropped the show. I actually didn't even finish. So if you actually watched it, let me know. If I did look at some reviews after, and it seemed like, it even became worse towards the end. So that was like a train wreck. I I would not recommend. I think it's about 12 episodes, so it's not even a lot, and it was still such a crappy show. So I feel bad for Kang Han, but it is what it is. So okay, so the next show that was really, this one, I was personally insulted by the show because I had such great expectations, right? And this is the Potato Lab, where we see Kang Tae-oh and Lee Sung-bin, which Kang Tae-oh was in the one about the attorney Woo. So he was really dreamy in that. He was a phenomenal actor. So again, I feel like he does have some star power, but not so much. But I think after watching Extraordinary Attorney Woo, I was like, oh, this is, he did so well. I think he might do better in this show. Also, the female character Lee Sung-bin, this is kind of like my first time seeing her. Oh god, she was stressful. She was ditzy, she was rude. There was literally nothing to like about her. I don't know, like, it was also, Kang Tae-oh was not, at least he wasn't as a spoiled brat as, Kang Han in Tastefully Yours. But in the Potato Lab, basically it's like a hostile takeover where a big conglomerate takes over this little potato lab. And so Kang Tae-oh is like I don't know, like the legal person, and he has to come into this potato lab to kind of assess if it's a good investment keeping for his company or something like that. And so the potato lab people are trying to sabotage, him, whatever his work that he's trying to do. And so it's supposed to be funny and, kind of corny and just, that kind of stuff. But it's not, because I think the characters themselves were very unlikable. The female character there was just nothing I liked about her. She literally is someone I would say she just like blah, opens her mouth and she just like talks and it's like yap, 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 and nothing sensible comes out of it. So it wasn't, I stopped again, maybe episode 5. I think I even went to episode 5. Again, this was also a 12 episode, I think, and they still tanked it. So I don't know who watched it to the end. I definitely dipped out because I felt like, and the romance didn't start. I think I actually probably got to 6 or 7. I'm not sure. But as at the time I dropped it, they still hadn't even like established any romance between the leads. They were still bickering and just being downright like hostile to each other. Well, at least especially from the female character. And so I was just like, nope, can't do it. And I just like romp romp. So I dropped it. I didn't finish. Let me know if you watched it to the end, but I would definitely not recommend. Like, so the last one that I want to talk about, this one is this is an interesting one because this was When the Stars Gossip by Lee Min-ho, who has super star power. Like, he's super known for Boys Over Flowers and so many other shows, Legend of the Blue Sea. I mean, he is popular. I think he's the person who got me into watching K-dramas from like way back when. So whenever I saw that he was gonna act a show with Gon Hyun Jin, I was like, this, first of all, the combination was super interesting because I was like, I don't think I see it, but I mean, it is what it is because I think she's a bit older than him. I might be wrong, but I think she is older. So I wasn't really seeing how we were gonna get sparks. And so I watched the show from start to finish, and I do have to say, I mean, it was not a good show. I'm trying to think, I'm like, was it a good show? But I don't think so. And here's why, right? The plot. I don't even know what the plot. Okay, let me see what the plot was about. Okay, the plot is that Lee Min Ho was dating this girl, Well, no, actually, he's a doctor. I'm sorry. See, I even forgot. Okay, so he's a doctor, like an OBGYN, right? And so he is treating this girl's sister. She's supposedly a superstar, like a daughter of a rich person, right? So he's treating the sister. She was supposed to, I think she had like a miscarriage or something like that. I mean, he was the doctor, the fertility doctor for this girl's elder sister, and that's how she meets him. And then I think he gets into an accident with her. I mean, I honestly I can't even remember how they got together, but he starts dating this rich girl, and then I think he's super in love with her, right? And then she breaks up with him, and her dad, like, kind of almost destroys his practice because he's an OBGYN, so it kind of destroys his practice because the elder sister had a miscarriage, which literally had nothing to do with him. Anyways, he's basically entangled with this rich people's family, and the dad of the girl tells him like, hey, if you want to keep dating my daughter, or if you want me to bless your relationship or marriage, whatever it is, that I putting together this mission to space, and I want to put your name on it because I want to send my daughter's embryo up to space, and like to cure it, because the male's part of what makes up an embryo, I don't want to say it on screen, the male part of what makes up an embryo needed some correction, and they felt like the force and the pressure in space would force that to be corrected. And so actually he took, the both samples, and he was supposed to inject it in space, something like that. See how confusing it is to even explain what I'm talking about. So pretty much, let me just summarize what I'm saying. Lee Min Ho is an OBGYN who is trying to impress his rich in-laws and get sent up to space to go do an ICSI procedure. Google what ICSI means. That's the best way I can say it. Just go Google what ICSI means. I see something, whatever. And so Lee Min Ho, who has no business being in space, has never, been on that kind of environment. He literally is just a doctor, is sent to space. And so when he's going to space, Eve Kim is the commander of the shuttle and of the expedition, that kind of stuff. And so when they get to space, he obviously what they're trying to do is super illegal, because it's not sanctioned, but obviously they're rich, so they're like, yeah, we don't care, like we can get away with anything. So he has that mission, but he's also on the station, and he interacts with If Kim, who she has like a motherly instinct. I think that's why he fell in love with her. She was motherly, like she had like she made him feel like she mothered him, she protected him, something like that. So I think he got attracted to her. I mean, his girlfriend was actually trash. I'm not even going to lie. She was trash, but I think he was also trash for kind of cheating on her because he did kind of emotionally cheat on her on the expedition. Now, here's where it starts to get funky, is that he gets sent to this mission. He actually does the mission, right? And he's able to perform the procedure. He's also able to bring back the embryo to Earth. And I think he's about to do the procedure to inseminate the elder sister, and then everything just kind of goes into flames. But I think from there on out, the implications of what he did just starts to snowball. The commander is affected. The rich people are also affected. I mean, it's just a whole slew of just bad decisions that just. And I kept wondering, I was like, why is he so insistent on doing this? Like, I'm like, you're a doctor. Like, you should preserve life, which I understand. That's what he was trying to do. But why would you go to space? This is something that has never been explored. Why don't you want to do this the right way? Why do you feel like doing something illegally, even though you're like, yeah, I'm preserving life, trying to make life? Like, I just felt like it was such a stupid argument to make. And I feel like from the jump, Liminal was wrong. As a doctor, he was so wrong. Like, it was just, I don't know. My pressure is up. Like, I'm stressed right now. Just even thinking about the stupid show. And so, um, anyways, he goes to space. He falls in love with the other lady, the commander, and they proceed to do it in space. Which I'm laughing because throughout the show they've also said like, oh, it's so impossible to do it in space. It's not again, I don't know if real life that's actually real. I don't have to Google that and find out if that's true. But real life, like throughout the whole show, they were like, yeah, it's super impossible to do this in space. No, it's not possible. However they did it, I don't know how it was possible, but it really was possible. And then the impossible of the impossible happens. And then I mean, by the end of the show, I was thinking about my life choices and I was like, is this really what I want to be doing with my So, safe to say that I did not like When the Stars Gossip. Unfortunately, I watched it till the end because I kept on holding out that something good will come out of it, but no. No, it was a very, very terrible show. It was a trash show. I was a lot of things happened in that show. I don't even know how to start talking about how trash decisions and trash things happened, but it is what it is. But yeah, so those are some shows that I wish that I actually dropped, or one that I wish I dropped. But yeah, they're all on Netflix. They're not the best. They all came out in 2025, so you can either watch them or don't, or you can let me know if you did watch them and what did you think. So anyways, thank you so much for hanging and listening to me rant. I don't even know. I was just so worked up on that last one. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to like, share, and comment and subscribe. But see you guys in my next video. Bye.